Hi everyone. In today's video, I'm going to talk about productivity and quality of life coming up. Hi everyone, this is Dr. Ernesto, and in this channel I give you health and wealth tips to help you be successful. Now today I want to talk about productivity. Now, I live in a big city. I live in Los Angeles. It's pretty much as big as you get. It's world class. There's a lot of people. Everybody's working. I don't see a lot of my friends or family or people like that because they're working. They're going to school. They're working 2-3 jobs. They have like these crazy schedules. So that has good and bad parts, right? Obviously, you're going to be better off economically. You're going to be more comfortable. But then you're going to miss out on quality of life. So I wanted to share a story with you, an experience I had early on to help kind of set the pace for my life and kind of help me realize what was important for me in my life early on. Now, I've always been really busy. I've always done multiple things at one time. I've always worked. I've always went to 2 or 3 schools at the same time. In fact, for like a year, I think I mentioned to you in another video, I went to school. And I was taking over 30 units a semester. I was taking up to 38. I was going to 2 universities, and I was working. So I know what it's like to be busy, and I typically only sleep between 3 and 6 hours a day. So I have extra time to do stuff. But I remember when I was 21 years old, I went backpacking through Mexico for 3 months, and I was hitchhiking. And at that time, I was still wrestling. I used to be a college wrestler. I ended up in Mazatlan, Mexico, and I was on the beach exercising one morning. And I was doing burpees, and I was doing push-ups and sit-ups and all this kind of stuff. And this guy came over that was selling straw hats. And he was curious, and he just kind of sat there and he watched me, and he was watching some of the intricate exercises I was doing that I had learned in my Navy SEALs training class and in my wrestling classes. And this guy was really cool. He sat down, we started talking, and I was just like, hey, after a while I thought, don't you have to get back to work? And he's like, oh no, I'm done. And I was like, wow, it's only like 11 o'clock. You're done already? He goes, oh yeah. He goes, I only have to sell 4 straw hats a day. I said, okay, and then what? He goes, I sell 4 hats, and that's enough. I go, enough for what? He goes, that's enough for me to pay my rent, buy food, take care of my wife, and take care of my 3 kids, and pretty much pay everything I need. And I thought, wow, I never heard anybody talk like that before. I thought, well, how long were you working? He goes, oh, I only work like 20 minutes today, and I met my quota, so I'm good. I'm gonna go home. After I relax here for a while and watch what you're doing and talk with you, I'm gonna go home and spend time with my family. I thought, wow, that's really interesting. I've never heard anybody talk like that because I'm born and raised in the United States, and I live in Los Angeles, and most of the people I'm talking to are like, hey, I work full time, I go to school full time, and I have a few hours left every night, and I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna take piano lessons, I'm gonna take this extra online class, or I'm gonna work some overtime, or I'm gonna just squeeze in as much as I can. I'm gonna do a HIIT class or a yoga class during lunch, or you know what I'm talking about. Just constantly trying to squeeze things in to kind of stretch the day out and get the most out of it. And it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just a whole different way of living. So then I started talking to this guy, and I said, well, what's your plan? He goes, well, my plan is to just keep doing what I'm doing. He goes, just pay my bills, take care of my family, take care of myself, enjoy my life, spend time with my family. And I thought, wow, that's cool. And he asked me, what's your plan? I go, well, I'm going to go to school. I'm going to get, my graduate degrees. I'm going to start some businesses. I'm going to, on and on and on. And I guess basically just work. And he thought, then what are you going to do after that? And I was 21. I said, well, I guess I'll probably retire someday, and then I'll just chill out. And he goes, and then what are you going to do? I said, well, I'll probably just go to a beach somewhere and relax and spend time with my family. And I thought, wait a minute, that's exactly what this guy's doing. And this guy's like, I was 21, he was probably in his mid-30s. He's like, yeah, exactly. He goes, you could be doing that now. You don't have to put that off till you're older. You don't have to work so much to buy all this stuff. that you really don't need. And I thought, man, this guy's right. Like, I don't really need to do that, but I'm an American, and we're kind of conditioned by the TV and the media and the newspapers and the advertisements and the magazines and all this kind of stuff that we see about consumption. So that taught me early on that, hey, I don't have to do all those things for material wealth. I need to do things to have freedom, to have time available to spend with my family, with my friends, and to pursue things I want. You know, most of my friends, I tell them I'm making YouTube videos, like, how do you do that? You know, I have 20 patients here, I have 50 here, I have to drive to North Hollywood, I have to drive to Upland, I have 4 hours of commuting a day, etc., etc. How are you going to do that? I thought, well, I'm just not going to see as many patients. I'm going to cut back on my patients, and I'm going to, you know, make YouTube videos. Like, well, you're not going to get paid. I go, that's right, I'm not going to get paid, but I'm having fun. It's cool. I like this. I'm actually doing this because I enjoy it, because I always have people ask me questions everywhere I go. And I feel blessed to be able to help and to provide information. I've had the opportunity to study in universities for 15 years. I have 17 college degrees or something like that. I forgot how many. And I've had a lot of experiences, so I enjoy talking to friends and family at parties or whatever, and they're asking me, hey, Ernesto, how do I fix this? Or how do I get rid of some of these wrinkles, or lose a little weight, or, you know, buy a house, or do this or that? And I feel good about being able to share with them and help them improve their life. Remember, your purpose in this world is two things: to learn and to serve others. Those are your two primary reasons for existing. Regardless of the religion that you follow, those are your core beliefs. If you break it down, it boils down to learning and serving others. So yes, productivity is important. Don't waste your time watching Netflix or doing any BS like that. But if you're watching videos like this, they're going to help you, reading books, studying about photography, making YouTube videos, taking salsa lessons, learning a new language, playing the piano, spending time with your kids or your aunt or your grandmother, or helping your older neighbor. All those experiences are things that are going to make your life much more rewarding. You are also going to benefit from that. You're going to have better health. You're going to enjoy your experience here in this world much more. Now remember, productivity is important, but don't put off doing things that you want to do till you're old or you're older. You might miss out. You may not make it to live that long. Global warming may wipe us out. You may get in a car accident, whatever. So make sure that you're enjoying every step of the way in your journey. And you can mix productivity and quality of life. Thank you very much for listening. If you have any questions, please comment below.